So the next guy we have on our list is a Northwestern guy that I really want to talk about. We could have talked about him easily on Monday.
Yep.
Because this is a guy who easily can play on the edge, and easily can play on the interior of the defense line, and actually a guy who came on pretty late into this process. But it's Adetomiwa Adebawore out of Northwestern, a truly hybrid defensive lineman who is so intriguing to watch. In terms of what he can do, a stand-up edge rusher, 5 technique, 4-eye, 3 technique, has the mass to play any position. Really, I mean, you look at his RAS score at D tackle, you look at his RAS score at defensive end. They match up very similarly at a high level. And I think we'll pull it up. At defensive end, he is a 9.88, and I think at defensive tackle, he was like a 9.93. So a very top-level elite category where the only thing knocking him at a defensive end is his height at 6'1", is listed here as poor on the RAS database. But when you switch that over for a defensive tackle, that looks a lot better for him. That's why he goes up to that 9.93. But a very, very athletic guy who tested extremely well this year, rose onto the charts, and you look at the versatility that this guy had. 374 snaps outside the tackle, 261 snaps this year in the B gap, 75 over the tackle, and then 2 in the A gap. Pretty much played all over the defensive line for Northwestern, and did it at a high level. 6 sacks in 12 games, 22 hurries this season. A very productive guy at Northwestern that a lot of people are getting onto late in this process.
I mean, if you're a team that likes to maneuver their defense, try to play with different sets and figure everything out, why not go with a guy like this? He can produce it both interior and on the edge. Why not go for him? He's an extreme athlete, and he's got the tools to be able to play either position.
I think the versatility is very appealing.
Oh, yeah.
I'm imagining here that he's going to be the name that gets called. A lot of people are going to be like, who?
Yeah.
But this is a guy to really pay attention to, in my opinion. I mean, he has the mass to play head up on tackles. He has the speed and quickness to shoot the gaps on the inside, dominate at any point, on the defensive front, in my opinion. And then when you pull up the film, it shows that same thing. Operating at 2 different points and all over the defensive line here against Ohio State with C.J. Stroud and this, rushing offense that they had, even passing the ball with C.J. Stroud, but all over the football. They try to get away from him. But the defense coordinator in Northwestern utilized him so efficiently in this game, moved him around to where they had no choice but to go straight at this guy, and he was all over the football the entire game. Once you check out the film, I think that's what really got people on him, was watching the C.J. Stroud game against Northwestern and seeing Adebawore all over the ball on every single play. So a guy who I'm really enticed by, trying to sneak into this first round.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw it about 4 or 5 plays ago, but his sideline to sideline speed,
it's incredible.
Insane. When you do an outside run, he just comes out of nowhere and goes to grab the running back. I mean, he's an extreme athlete, no question about it. I mean, I completely see it.
It's been a while since a player's absolutely blown me away by his tape.
Yep.
And when I saw Adebayore's tape and not seeing any buzz about him, I thought I stumbled upon a gold mine. I was like, what am I missing here? What did this guy do? And the thing is, he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And now people are slowly starting to catch on this train and realize that the player that he is and the player that he can become if he's utilized the right way. And I'm really excited to see where he lands